Wait, we cannot use Spaylater, right?
Why can you use?
Because we continue to the Shifa.
Hi, Elisa.
Hey, Shifa!
Have you finished your assignment? You seem so free right now. What are you doing?
Yep, I just finished my class. Now I'm waiting for the bus. I can't stay away from Shopee, Shifa. Just looking for some stuff.
Wow, it's amazing. What are you looking for in Shopee?
I'm looking for some makeup stuff since the price very cheap during live session.
Wow, sounds great. Take it now. No.
Yes, sure, but I don't have any cash and my money in my bank is running low. So I plan to use Shopee later.
Wait. Did you say Spaylater? I know it, but I've never tried it before. But I know Spaylater is not allowed in Islam, right?
What is the connection of Spaylater and Islam?
Oh, you don't know? Oh, it's okay. Let's listen to an explanation of what Spaylater is.
What is Spaylater? Spaylater is an installment payment service offered by Shopee. It allows users to purchase items on the Shopee platform and pay later in monthly installment, typically with low or no interest depending on the payment tenure.
How to use Spaylater. First, choose payment method. Choose Spaylater as your payment method. Second, choose a payment plan. Decide whether to pay in full next month or an installment plan, such as 2, 3, or 6 months. And lastly, repay Spaylater. Make timely payments. Ensure payments are made before the due date to avoid late payment fees. Terms and conditions as pay later. First, credit limit determined by Shopee based on the user's eligibility and creditworthiness. Second, repayment. Payment must be made on time, monthly or in installment. Late payment will be incur penalty charge. 3. Fees and interest. Service fees and interest may apply depending on the installment plan chosen. And the last one, responsibility. Users are responsible for timely repayments and ensuring accurate information during registration.
Oh, now we understand what is Spaylater, right?
Yeah, I understand, but I still confused why it is not allowed in Islam.
Oh, it's okay. Let's listen what is sell and buy in Islam is all about.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Alistasha binti Azmi. Today, I'll be presenting about trouble in Islam. So basically, trouble in Islam, which is the exchanging of something for something else. By property or wealth, it means valuable or precious items, including currency. In terms of contracts, buying and selling is divided into two parts. The first one is a valid contract sale, which is the one that fulfills the pillars condition as does not involving any prohibition according to Islamic law related to the contract. The second one is an invalid contract sale, which is the one that lacks the pillars or condition or involve any prohibition according to Islamic law related to the contract. Now we will look at the pillars of sale and purchase. So the first pillars of sale and purchase is the sellers, which is the owner of the goods. The second one is buyers, which is the owner of the money. The third one is goods that being sold. The fourth is price. And the fifth is sirah. Sirah is the transaction agreement or contracts that is offer and acceptance. So now we will move on to the conditions. We will look at the condition for the sellers or buyers first. The first condition for the sellers or buyer is both parties must be competent, meaning they should have sound mind, be of full age, and be intelligent. For those who do not meet this criteria, such as the insane, children, and those of weak mind, the fathers or guardian must conduct the sale and purchase on their behalf. The second one is they must not be restricted from handling transaction. Those restricted from handling transaction include the prodigal who spend their wealth wastefully or unreasonably, and the bankrupt who are restricted from conducting transaction due to excessive debt or insolvency. The third one is they must not be coerced by any party to execute the contract, as consent and willingness are fundamental principles in Jubilee Islam. So now we will look at the condition for the goods being sold. The first condition for the goods that being sold is the goods to be sold must exist at the time the contract is executed, even if the goods are not presented at the contract assembly, except for in Salam sale. Originally, sales were conducted on a cash basis, but after encountering various issues and exchanging in society, the concept of Salam sale emerged, which is the sale where the delivery of goods is postponed in the time and sale be deferred to payment. So the second condition for the goods being sold is the goods consist of valuable property. What is meant by valuable property is an item that can benefit the owner or others, whether at the time of purchase or in the future, and such valuation is recognized by Islamic law. Next, we will look at the condition for price. So the first condition for the price is the price of the good being sold must be mentioned at the time of the contract. The second condition is the type of currency must be specified, unless the currency is visible at the time of the contract, in which case it is sufficient just to show it. The third one is a good can be sold with deferred payment on the condition that the payment periods and methods are clearly specified. Now we will look at the last one, which is zero. Zero is the condition for zero is the acceptance of the offer is valid with words, writing, or gesture that can be understood as a promise to sell or buy. So the ruling of buying jewelry in Islam is permissible or halal in Islam if the pillars mentioned above and the condition related to these pillars are fulfilled. So now we will look at the transaction prohibited by Islam. The first transaction that is prohibited by Islam is selling by reducing measurement. Selling goods while reducing their measurement is prohibited and considered haram in Islam. This practice is deceitful and violates the sale and purchase agreements. As mentioned in the Quran, those who reduce measurement during sale will face consequences from Allah in the afterlife. The second transaction is business transaction must not contain element of usury, which means riba. Riba is forbidden in Islam and exists in transaction, debts, or the sale of usury goods. The third transaction is business transaction must not be based on any deceit. Some merchants use various methods and strategies to promote and boost their sale of their goods. Such actions are allowed, but merchants must adhere to Sharia guidelines and are prohibited from engaging in deceit. Form of deceit in business include falsifying product information, selling counterfeit goods, and making false promise. Moreover, Islam forbids merchants from taking oaths merely to increase sale. The first one is all the distraction in all form of monopolizing goods. Business conducted according to Islamic principle will steer clear of any form of monopoly. Such actions are prohibited by Islam as they can harm the community, especially those with low incomes and the poor. Typically, monopolies are created by merchants on essential goods that are limited in the market, allowing these goods to be sold at higher than usual prices. Monopolistic practices stem from the greed and desire to gain profit quickly. So the last one is form of business involving all forbidden and unbeneficial actions. Islam prohibited all forms of business involving haram activities such as the trade of alcohol, prostitution, gambling, and the production of pornographic films. Furthermore, any investment in activities that are sinful, have harmful effects, and bring destruction to society is also forbidden. So, in conclusion, it is undeniable that business is permissible in Islam. However, to ensure the blessing and legitimacy of income from a business, it is essential to follow Sharia principle. It is also crucial to adhere to Sharia to distinguish between halal and haram, personal well-being, and the economic welfare of the community. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now I got it. Is it related to riba, Shifa?
Oh yes, so to be more clear, let's go to the next explanation about riba.
And what can we conclude about the using of Spaylater?
What is riba? Riba refers to any form or unjust or exploitative gain made in a transaction, typically in lending or borrowing money. In Islamic finance, riba is prohibited because it involves earning profit from money without providing any goods or services in return. Essentially, it is an increase over and above the principal amount without corresponding value being exchanged. Types of riba. There are two primary types of riba. First, we got riba al-fadlu. This occurs when there is an equal exchange in a transaction involving commodities or money of the same type. For example, exchanging 1 unit of gold for more than 1 unit of gold. Second, riba an-nasi'ah. This refers to interest that is charged on loans where repayment is delayed. This is the most common form of riba and occurs when a lender charges extra for deferring the repayment of a debt. Islamic scholars' perspective. The majority of Islamic scholars agree that any form of interest or additional charge on debt-based transaction, including Spaylater services, is considered riba. However, if the service operates without interest and all costs are transparent and fixed, it is more likely to align with Islamic principles. Because how riba can occur and its connection with pay later services like Shopee. Riba can occur when there is an agreement where a borrower must pay back more than the amount they initially received, especially when there is no tangible exchange of value. In the case of services like pay later options on platforms like Shopee, it could involve riba if the consumer is charged additional fees or interest for paying later, or if they are required to pay back more than the original purchase price. If the payment term extends without any change in the principal but an increase in the total amount due, it becomes analogous to riba an-nasi'ah, where the delay repayment includes an extra charge, making it exploitative. The key is that the additional amount doesn't reflect any real service or product, but it's again made through the passage of time.
Clear and halal contract. A contract akad is an agreement between two parties that serve as the foundation of a valid transaction. In Islam, the contract must be free of gharar and deceit. Permissible types of akad in Islam. Firstly, murabaha. Murabaha means the seller clearly states the item being sold, including the purchased items and the profit amount. Secondly, ijara. Ijara is a leasing contract where the user pays for the use of goods or service over a specific period. Prohibition in the contracts. First, contract that may sell or loan elements in a single transaction. Second, contracts that unclear terms, such as hidden fees or unclear additional charges. Next point is free from riba, interest. In Islam, riba refers to any unjustifiable increase in a loan, which burdens the borrower. Example of riba in Spaylater. First, interest charged on the installment payment. Second, late payment penalties for the service provider. So we can use halal alternative. It is interest-free service. My last point is use of funds in halal purpose. Funds provided by Spaylater must be used for only halal purpose. For example, we can buy halal items like foods, electronics, or clothing. We can also use halal service like education or healthcare. Prohibition of usage. Funds must not be used for haram transactions such as buy alcohol, gambling, or other items that are not allowed to Islamic principles.
After all the explanation, I think it's too clear for why Spaylater is it, right? So, sorry Elisa for being too conservative by rejecting the use of Spaylater.
It's okay, Shifa. At least we're learning first and do the research about this. So I can continue my shopping using Spaylater without any doubt, right?
Elisa, bus is coming. Let's go. Let's go.
Bye,